everybody, OG Transporter 828 here. It's great to see you, and it's great to be seen by you. All right, so here's what's going on right now. Let me just say this really quickly. You know, we are moving freight coast to coast, border to border. We're making it happen, right? That's what we do. That's our job, and that's our profession, right? It's our chosen profession. So one of the things you want to be able to do is to increase your longevity and to decrease the wear and tear on your body, right? That includes your eyes, that includes your neck, that includes your wrists, that includes a lot of things that most people don't think too much about, your knees, things of that nature, right? So if you understand that your seat has a fore and aft movement that you want to adjust, that's great. Your seat also has the front that goes up or down. It could be flat. The seat can also raise up in the rear, right? The rear part where your butt and your spine come together. It can raise up there, or it can be level. You know, you've got a lot of options with just the bottom part of your seat. And that's a good thing, because you really need that. You also need to have a quality seat. If you don't have a quality seat and your company isn't willing to allow you to make some changes to their company vehicle without a doctor's note, so if you can get a doctor's note, yay, right? Maybe that would help. But some companies will allow it and some companies won't. And some companies are willing to foot the bill if you're worth it to them, to foot the bill to upgrade the seat in your truck. Not all companies, some companies. Understand what I said to you, okay? All right, so we got that. Well, a simple thing you can do is to keep your back and where your skull and your neck and the top of your spine, where all of that joins up, you want to be able to keep that in a position where you're comfortable, right? And if you're not comfortable, it's going to be weird, you know, and you're going to end up with neck pain and shoulder pain and everything else. So you want to do what you can in the first place. And so what I've got is this pillow right here, right? And it's a generic, as you can see, pretty much square pillow. It's a memory foam pillow. It's all of that, you know, it's great. I found it. Oh, let me show you what it is. And hold on. All right, so here's what it is. I'm sorry about this because I wasn't planning on showing this to you, but I figured I better do that. So here it is in English and French. Haha. So there you have it. Those of you who live in Quebec, now you know what I'm talking about. You know, the deep part of Quebec. So there you go. But this is what it is, and I found this, you guys. I found this in a TA, right? TA travel stop, and it's just very generic. It's not a big deal, but what it does, it provides what I need, right? It provides the comfort that I need in the space that I need. I tried to get a little round pillow, but the way this seat is made, the top of the seat, they made it sort of one piece kind of a deal, and it gets a little weird, right? So I finally found something that works for me, and I didn't have to have it altered. In other words, the strap that goes behind it, I'm going to get a better one that I can have put on there, but I enjoyed this. It zips off. You can take it off and clean it. And so you like that, right? I like it, you like it, everybody likes it. Okay, so there it is. It's not extremely expensive. I don't know, 20 bucks or something like that, all right? So there we have that. But it's really important that you have that so that you can just chill. You can put the back of the seat where it needs to go. And for me, I don't need to do anything else with the lumbar at this point. The factory setup on the seats on this 2023 Kenworth, it just works out fine, okay? All right, so I'm good with that. But there's something else I want to show you about your hands, your direct contact with the road, and what it is that you're dealing with the steering wheel, okay? I want to point something out to you. But before I do, let me just say this very quickly. These steering wheels today are totally different than the steering wheels from yesterday, right? Yesteryear. They're totally different. And they're smaller, and of course they have all of the electronics in the world in the steering wheel itself. A steering wheel from back in the day had 3 spokes. Some of them had 4 spokes, and they were also larger than the steering wheels that you've been dealing with, right? So keeping all of that into consideration, I want to point out something that's here that's going to add to your longevity as far as your day-to-day driving is concerned. You'll be surprised about it, but it's a purpose for what it is that's here on the steering wheel. Let me show you. Okay, folks, so here we have it. Very standard steering wheel, right? Nothing to get excited about. I put a steering wheel cover on it. That's a fun thing to do. I've played around with several types, different types. I like this one because it's cushy. It gives me a chance to this part of my hand, it gives me a chance to give that a break, and I can massage that part of my hand by running this up and down and doing different things, squeezing this while I'm just taking my time and driving, right? It's got this other synthetic surface that's nice. You know, you can hear what's going on with that, and it's good because it helps me when I'm doing other things like backing and things of that nature, right? Gives me a different grip surface. Now, there's something else I want to show you about this that you'll see on your steering wheels, and you probably didn't think much about it, but I'll show you what it's for, okay? Inside here, see this lump that's right there in the corner right here? See that? That lump that goes there? All right. Feel the one that you have on your steering wheel, okay? And you're going to notice a certain thing about this. It's one on the other side also, obviously, right? Okay, here's what you're going to notice about this. Let's go back to this one because it has the better light. What this is for is your thumb. Right here. You don't have to initiate the turns that you're dealing with on the road, on the highways and things of that nature, by only doing this and turning back and forth that way. There's some things you can do to just make your slight adjustments as you're driving with this part of your thumb, the part that connects to the other part of your thumb, right there, right? That stuff right there, that part where it bends. You just put this right here, and you can just go. Look at this. Look. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? See this? How this is moving? Right? You don't have to have a death grip on the steering wheel as you're doing what you're doing. You can move this. Look at this. You see? Do you understand what I'm trying to show you? So what it does is, let's back off of this for just a second. Okay, so what it does is this. Well, I'll tell you what that comes from, for starters. Back in the day, with the larger steering wheels, you never gripped a steering wheel completely like this, like you're holding a bat. You never wrapped your whole hand around that, and your thumb around that steering wheel. That was a no-no. And the reason why it was is because you could get your thumb dislocated if you had a blowout. If something was going on, and because of a manual steering truck with the larger diameter steering wheel to start with, if you wanted to play around and grab a spoke, okay, you know, most of them are only 3 spokes anyway, 1 down here and, you know, 2 going across. And if that's what you wanted to do and you wanted to have your hands there, okay, that's great. But in reality, you never wanted to wrap your thumb around that steering wheel. You just don't do it because you can get injured, right? There's somebody out there that you can find. If you don't know them yet, you may run across them one day, and you might find out that they did injure themselves because of the vibration and everything that was coming through there, and they hit a curb one day, or they hit a really bad pothole. You know these potholes that we run into that'll knock stuff down from up above in your console up here, right? Like Denver, Colorado road surface nonsense, right? You know what I'm talking about. Well, doing that in a truck that has manual steering from back in the day, hitting those kind of potholes, you'll get yourself hurt bad, like really, honestly. So an old carryover from a lot of that you find in a lot of truck stops, not so much the big chain truck stops, but some of the smaller ones, you'll see driving gloves, and some of them have the fingers in or some of them have the fingers out, but they're made out of deer skin. In the first place, they're the most expensive gloves in there. They're not made for work, they're made for driving, but it's a carryover from back in the day when you actually needed to have on some gloves because of that plastic or lucite, along with a metal center core of a steering wheel. It had lucite on the outside of it. It was unforgiving and very brutal to your hands in this section of your palms. You know, it hurt. It was what it was. So, and then you're over here shifting, having a great time, moving at 18 speed around, and your life is great. But you learned how to live with it. Today, you don't have to do that. And the part that I showed you about moving this around with this section of your thumb, try it for yourself, and you'll see, oh wow, you actually don't have to hold on to the wheel as hard to initiate a turn. You can manage your lane positioning in your lane easily by using this inside section of your thumbs. It's pretty cool, and it also helps you make it through your day, and it gives you a positive option, and you always want positive options. I know I do. So that's it. I know that's like, wow, that's a really long video to discuss a steering wheel. Well, yeah, but so what? Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And please continue to like and subscribe and share the videos, okay? All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.